Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem HaKadosh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, to the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalia, and this video is on the mark of the beast prophecy, which is the microchip. So here it is from The Verge, and I have another article as well from futurism.com, which this one says Valve CEO Gabe Newell's Neuralink competitor is expecting its first brain chip this year. And then this one says from Futurism, Gabe Newell's new company is getting ready to put chips in your brain. All right, he'll make anything but a certain video game sequel. All right, so the brain microchip. The brain microchip is a part of this prophecy, man. All right, in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And so the he that will be causing it is the people that are ruling today, who are the so-called white people, specifically their ruling class, right? And the so-called white people, they are the biblical Edomites, whose forefather is Esau. Their wicked elite, who are the elite bankers, they intend to microchip the entire world, right? And it doesn't matter who you are or your status in it. All right, they intend for it to be the new way of life, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So it talks about the right hand and it talks about the forehead. All right, now we know about the hand. There are individuals who are literally already microchipped, both ways actually, by way of the hand and by way of the head. All right, that's where we're at regarding Bible prophecy right now. You know, the technology is in fact out there, so it's only a matter of time, but there's a technology in the hand where people are microchipped in the hand and they store their personal information on it, all of the, their data and stuff, their financial information, and with the microchip, they're able to simply just go to the grocery store or go to a vending machine and use the microchip for payment, okay? And that's a part of the prophecy, because it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So unless you have the microchip, which is that mark of the beast, you won't be able to buy or sell. And we're seeing the system being brought in regarding that. They have the whole digital identification system, which shows us, which has been proposed by the World Economic Forum and is being pushed. It shows that every single thing about your life is going to be consolidated onto this digital identification, which is being developed by every country worldwide. And even out here in Jamaica, it's been launched already, right? The national identification system. Jamaica has launched as well the central bank digital currency, but where Jamaica lacks is with Jamaica's digital public infrastructure, which they are now pushing forward with, because they have joined this whole campaign called, I believe, 50 in 5 or 50 in 1, one of them, which is to help countries develop their digital public infrastructure. So Jamaica is on its way, right? But all of these countries around the world are on their way to the development of the digital IDs and the central bank digital currencies, because this is just the system that they're implementing to facilitate the usage of the microchip. So the digital ID is going to have everything stored on it. So when the time comes where it becomes mandatory worldwide, that microchip, the digital ID will already be in countries, right? At that time, most likely also mandatory, okay? Like, for example, you can see that with the airport and the travel, they're adopting a digital passports, right? And with the digital ID, travel and mobility, including passports, is a part of that. So passports are going to be stored onto the digital ID, all right? So you can see how it's all happening, but yes, it's all going to be where that digital ID is eventually going to be stored onto the microchip, and then unless you have the microchip, you won't be able to conduct life in society, because the digital ID shows you that. It shows that government services, internet services such as having internet profiles, like social media, um medical services, financial services, all these things are going to be included on the digital ID. So, if you're not a part of the system, being a part of the system is going to be needing that microchip, then you won't be able to buy or sell. That's the prophecy at hand. All right, so with all of that being said, the right hand, or in the foreheads, the right hand, the hand in general, right? It doesn't matter where you get microchip, by the way. Once you take the microchip, then you will be destroyed. You will receive the judgment for it, as it says in Revelation chapter 14, verse 9 to 10. But the forehead part, okay? Now the forehead part has come out in recent years. It really started to pick up steam with Elon Musk and his Neuralink, and that's why every single time, or most times, when brain microchip developments are spoken about in the media, they bring up Neuralink, right? And then you have others that have come up over time, such as Synchron. And then you have as well Chinese companies that are developing their own brain microchip. And it's like a race of sorts between the East and the West of developing their microchip. And then even Elon Musk, right? His technology is starting to spread from not just America, but to go to other places such as Canada, and I'm sure other places, if you but here it is. Gabe Newell's new company is getting ready to put chips in your brain. All right, the rumors are true. Gabe is finally doing it. It doesn't involve the number 3. After a long silence, Starfish Neuroscience, the secretive startup owned by Valve co-founder Gabe Newell, announced that it's getting ready to unveil its first batch of brain-computer interfaces this year, and it's looking for help. We anticipate our first chips arriving in late 2025, and we are interested in finding collaborators for whom such a chip would open new and exciting avenues. Okay, so from what Little Starfish has shared, is creating a minimally invasive chip that will target multiple regions of the brain instead of one, unlike brain chip interfaces from competitors like Elon Musk's Neuralink. All right, so whatever it is that their goal is, or however they're going to sell it, it is what it is. The point at hand is that the prophecy is on its way. It's building up day by day. All right, because right now, at this very moment in time, the microchip and its development and the system being implemented to put it in is as developed as it ever has been. And it's been spoken about more than ever before, which, tells us about the times that we're in. And the book of Habakkuk lets us know in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So the prophecies of Yahweh Shemishai are sure to come, right? And so the vision, which are these prophecies, is for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And the prophecies are speaking louder than ever. All of the prophecies, right? The prophecy of World War III, the prophecy of Jacob's trouble, the prophecy of the famine, the pestilence, terrible times. It's all building up day by day, and it's clear to see. But it's speaking very loudly, man. This is just another addition to it, simply just like that. All right, as they are developing the brain microchips all around the world. All right, this one right here, The Verge. Let's read a little bit on it. Valveco CEO. Okay, wait, hold up. There's something. It began over a decade ago. Oh, okay, Salakia. Valveco's founder and CEO, Gabe Newell, the company behind Half-Life and Dota 2 and Counter-Strike and preeminent PC game distribution platform Steam, has long toyed with the idea that your brain should be more connected to your PC. And that's what they've been selling to the world, right? The brain, and rather, not just the brain, but people in general being connected to technology. And the brain they're using to be connected to the technology, to be able to control the technology, right? By one's thoughts. And that's what they're pushing, man. And if I remember correctly, it is already successful where people are brain microchipped and they're able to use it to control technology. Speak through the technology by just simply the waves from the brain transmitting to the brain chip, which then transmits to the other technology and receives the communication. And those that are unable to speak or whatever, with the brain microchip, they're able to show their thoughts, by way on the screen. So, this is a part of the deception at hand that Esau Edom is going to use. All right, because the scriptures say that it says that he deceived them, right, that received the microchip, and he's going to deceive many men by showing all of these grand, quote unquote, miraculous things to the world. And people are going to be convinced by it because technology is such an ingrained part of Esau's society, Esau, the so-called white man, his society, and we've all grown up with it, that people are very connected to it. And with the technology, they'll just see certain stages as just simply the next stage of life, right? But for those of us in the know, as the scriptures say, man, 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not ignorant of his devices. There's once you have the spirit of Yahweh Shemisha upon you, you're able to decipher through all of Esau's lies and deception. So it doesn't matter how Esau will sell the product to us, being the microchip, as he's selling it to the rest of the world. We will not be convinced by it because we know the prophecies of Yahweh Shemishai, right? And we believe. So we know that the microchip is the mark of the beast, and we know the judgment for it, right? So, but the rest of the world, they are not ignorant, or rather, they are ignorant to Satan's devices. So they will see all the advertising, see the next stage, and see how it can, quote unquote, improve life and all these things. And some people will simply just take the microchip and just like that because it's the new hot thing. All right. And then also Esau will probably most likely use certain popular faces of the whole celebrities and who are the modern day idols, right? The celebrities and the influencers to, well, influence people and convince people that it's a new hot thing. All right. So, it's just the times that we're in, man. But overall, this is it. Just another update regarding the brain microchip. Another has hit the floor, and that's just what it is. With that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai Bashim Kodesh. Shalom.